Hello, and welcome to Erwin DM 2020 R2 What's New? Erwin is pleased to announce the second release in our Erwin Data Modeler 2020 series, R2. This release was developed with consistent input from our customers based on the features they wanted to see. We now fully support one of the fastest growing database management systems in the world, Snowflake, and we have expanded our native support for another popular open source DBMS with MariaDB. The integration with the Erwin Data Intelligence Suite has been extended with Erwin DMConnect for DI. Models and naming standards mapping files in the Erwin Workgroup Edition can now be uploaded to Erwin DI's Metadata Manager. Objects marked as Personally Identifiable Information, PII, in Erwin Data Models, along with any user-defined properties, will be integrated into the Metadata Manager and designated as sensitive data, and UDPs will be converted to extended properties. This functionality emphasizes the role data modeling plays in your data governance strategies and allows you to document all relevant information in your data models. NSM files can also be integrated into your models within the Workgroup repository, eliminating the need to use active model templates. Naming standards mapping are used to provide translation from standard terms on your logical models into their relevant abbreviated names in your physical models. And finally, we now have JDB support for Snowflake, MS SQL, SAP ASE, and MariaDB. Snowflake continues to grow as the DBMS solution of choice for many organizations. Erwin DM 2020 R2 now has full native support for Snowflake, which includes reverse engineering, complete compare, and forward engineering capabilities. All standard Snowflake data types and parameters are supported. Since Snowflake is natively supported, along with our other DBMS systems, existing data structures can be reverse engineered and then converted to Snowflake, and then forward engineered into Snowflake, thereby facilitating your migration to Snowflake. As you can see, all native Snowflake data types are supported. For more details, check the Erwin DM 2020 R2 user guide. MariaDB Server is one of the most popular open source relational databases. It's made by the original developers of MySQL and guaranteed to stay open source. It is part of most cloud offerings and the default in most Linux distributions. Erwin DM provides full native support for MariaDB. Erwin DM 2020 R2 supports all standard MariaDB objects and data types. Another new feature of Erwin DM 2020 R2 is Erwin DMConnect for DI. Erwin now offers tighter integration with our data intelligence solutions via Erwin DMConnect for DI. This offering enables you to maintain a single metadata and glossary source across Erwin DM and Erwin DI using the Erwin Mart administrator as an interface. Apart from this, Erwin DMConnect for DI offers the following benefits: use data models as a foundation for data governance initiatives, automatically update the data catalog, and maintain a business glossary based on naming standards. Here is an illustration of the process flow for Erwin DMConnect for DI. The first three are primary Erwin DM Mart functions. Prerequisition: using Erwin DM, users reverse engineer the database, can save the models into a library in the Mart. Users can create the model from scratch or use the existing model. And, of course, a working DI installation must be available. Configuration: DI connection information is entered only one time. Naming convention configuration: how the environment and systems will be named in Erwin DI. Export to DI job, scheduling configuration, and reporting. The next step: exporting. Users can schedule exporting of the models into Erwin DI. Internally, the exporting will be done one model at a time. There will be a progress status in the Mart admin that the user can see. The next functions are handled in the Erwin Data Intelligence Suite Metadata Manager. Model, table, and column domain properties from Erwin DM will be consumed in the Erwin DI Metadata Manager along with UDPs for the model, table, and column level. The Business Glossary imports the Naming Standards Mapping, or NSM CSV file, and creates an entry in the left pane of the Erwin DI Business Glossary Manager, Erwin DM NSM Files asset. Now, it looks up the metadata and creates English names using the catalog. And finally, Mapping Manager. Using the source and target information, model lineage can be created using the existing source to target information from the data model. Next feature in Erwin DM 2020 R2, Central NSM, or Naming Standards Mapping. NSM File Management is a central repository for NSM files in the CSV format. It gives you the ability to store NSM files centrally in the Erwin DM Mart and utilize them across Erwin applications or between users in your organization. You can sync these files to a model in Erwin DM or utilize as business assets, a business term, in the Erwin Data Intelligence Suite. Using NSM File Management, you can add, view, and edit NSM files centrally, apply naming standards to models in the Mart, and view a report of NSM files to know which models it is applied to. Additionally, the NSM files associated with a model can also be imported into the DI Suite Business Glossary Manager using DMConnect for DI. By having your NSM files stored in the Mart repository, you can assign and manage your mappings directly without having to use an active model template. Here is what the central NSM glossary looks like in the administrative interface. NSM files can be applied to individual models or workgroup catalogs. And a report showing which NSM has been applied to which models can be generated. Finally, Erwin DM 2020 R2 provides JDBC support. Java Database Connectivity is an implementation of the Java programming language that dictates how databases communicate with each other. Through a standardized application programming interface, connectivity from database management systems to a wide range of SQL databases is accomplished. By deploying database drivers laced with JDBC technology, it is possible to connect to any database, even in a heterogeneous environment, and access tables, tabular data, flat files, and more. When using JDBC, Java programmers can request connections to a database, send queries to the database using SQL statements, and receive results for advanced processing. Erwin DM 2020 R2 now supports JDBC connectivity to Snowflake, MS SQL, MariaDB, and SAP ASE. That's it. For more information, visit erwin.com.